Beer here back in the fantasy bar. Monday is here. 6 of my favorite plays ready for you, fresh off the tap on FanDuel and DraftKings in the NBA, including some of my favorite value plays and spots we love to attack. We've got one team we want to load up on specifically here tonight, and a beast of the night I absolutely love the spot for. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six Pack. Hope everybody out there had a great weekend. Thank you so much for stopping by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Before we get into the plays, take a second, click that thumbs up button. That's the tip jar here on these free videos here on YouTube. So thank you for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the content. And go and check out the all-new look over at RotoGrinders, RotoGrinders 2.0. Brand new look for the site, brand new logo for the site as well. So get those avatars swapped over to the new logo and wrap that badge out there in the DFS lobbies. And while you're there, check out our RotoGrinders Sim Labs tool, now live for the NBA. Help you build lineups using simulations. Great tool. If you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and get signed up for premium, or stay tuned to the end for our Beast of the Night contest winner, where you can win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, tonight, a ton of injuries we will work through. If we have to make any changes, we will do so on YouTube and also on Twitter. All right, let's dive in here with one of those injury situations at Golden State. We're going to roll with point guard Chris Paul. Now, as we know, Steph Curry going to be out for a little bit here. Chris Paul stepped back into that starting lineup and really showed his all-around game. He didn't blow it out of the water, wasn't 50, 60 fantasy points, but showed you that he can get it done in a variety of categories. And anytime Curry's off the floor, obviously, Chris Paul sees a nice usage bump at almost 2.5% here. And what a matchup we get here with the San Antonio Spurs. Only the lowly Detroit Pistons defense giving up more fantasy goodness to the point guard position than the San Antonio Spurs. So good spot here. Price is more than fair, right around 7K. Love me some Chris Paul here tonight against the Spurs. All right, let's stay right there with Golden State with some value in Trayce Jackson-Davis. Anytime we get a good spot like this, I don't mind doubling up here. We're going to do some with some value here with Trayce Jackson-Davis. Has really been delivering here over the last couple games and hasn't needed a ton of minutes to get it done. Has been very efficient here and given a 6, 7, 8x return in 3 of the last 4 games. Price up a little bit on DraftKings, but I don't think it's up high enough. So let's jump in here. This is a very athletic big man, a guy that can get up and down the floor. Perfect matchup and perfect spot for him here. Both of these teams love to play fast. Top 8 in the league in pace, and the Spurs, as expected, been getting dominated by bigs. 5th most fantasy points allowed to this position. 24th overall in defensive efficiency. Good spot here for the Warriors. Great value with Trayce Jackson-Davis. All right, let's go to the mid-range next with Alex Caruso of Chicago. So Caruso playing some big minutes here for the Chicago Bulls. We're talking 34 or more minutes now in 3 of the last 4 games. And you guys know I love guys that can do things in a variety of categories, and he has certainly been doing that, hitting every single category on the stat sheet. Couple highlights of some of those ancillary stats. He's had 4 steals in 3 of the last 4 games, 6 block shots over just the last 3 games alone. And we got a nice game environment here. 4.5 point spread in this one. Highest total on the board at 233. Caruso, a jack of all trades, can get there in so many different ways and under 6K on both sides. All right, let's get you one of my favorite matchups we've been targeting for years with Jaylen Durham against the Hornets. So as the old saying goes, death, taxes, and bigs against the Charlotte Hornets. There's certainties in life here, so I love this spot for Jaylen Durham. Hornets getting destroyed by bigs once again this season. 4th most points per game, the 2nd most rebounds allowed per game, and that's led to the 4th most fantasy points allowed to this position. I think a lot of people may shy away here, seeing a couple duds in the game logs recently for Jaylen Durham. Well, one, got ejected in that game against Dallas, tough game there, and then a very tough matchup with the Orlando Magic. So outside of that, 7 double-doubles over the last 9 for Jaylen Durham. I think a double-double in play here once again. Big-time upside against this bad Charlotte Hornets interior. All right, back to the mid-range next at shooting guard with Gary Trent Jr. of Toronto. So the Raptors, another team that is desperate for offense here, missing Scotty Barnes, some of the trades they've made. RJ Barrett questionable here tonight, and whether Barrett plays or not, I love this spot for Trent. If Barrett is out, lock and load. Absolutely love the spot for Gary Trent, playing an absolute boatload of minutes for this Toronto team, and shots galore here. We're talking 30 or more minutes in 9 of the last 10 games. 48 shots for this guy over the last two. And we know that's the calling card for Gary Trent Jr. is his scoring here. And he has delivered fantasy-wise 32 or more DraftKings points now in 3 of the last 4 games. So tough spot here, no doubt, but price is fair. Playing a ton of minutes. He's taking that many shots. Certainly a guy I want exposure to here on Monday night. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play, guys. All you got to do, click that thumbs up button on YouTube, then head to the comment section and guess fantasy points on DraftKings tonight. For my Beast of the Night, whoever's guessed is the closest, we're going to give you an absolutely free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play on the board for Monday night. You know, Matt, the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time we saved in a lot of spots so we could spend up here on Jayson Tatum of the Celtics, tonight's Beast of the Night. This one we're going to have to keep a close eye on, and this being a late game, some late news. You're going to have to stay plugged in a little bit, but what do we know right now? Kristaps Porzingis is listed as out. Everybody else in that starting lineup, including Jayson Tatum, listed as questionable. Now, Tatum had this Q tag the other night and still played, so I think he gives it a go here. If he doesn't, we have a backup plan ready to roll here in those late games if Tatum were to miss. But let's look at the numbers and assume he's in. With Porzingis off the floor, sees the biggest bump of all of these Celtics with a near 3.5% usage rate on top of an already massive usage rate that he brings to the table here. And talk about a floor-ceiling combo. Only one game over the last 17 has this guy dipped under 40 DraftKings points, and he has shown us on multiple occasions upside of 65 and in 70, 75 DraftKings points. Great spot here against the Portland Trail Blazers. Jayson Tatum, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it here for Monday night in the Fantasy Bar. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, you know where to find me. Hit me up in that YouTube comment section. And don't forget your guess for Jayson Tatum fantasy points on DraftKings for a shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salute. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, go check out that brand new RotoGrinders 2.0 look and rep that brand new avatar in those DFS lobbies. Go win some money tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out in the Fantasy Bar, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist